Hi everybody, Dan Oman here with some exciting news. DRF Formulator, the gold standard in past performance information, is now free, exclusively on DRF Bets. Join DRF Bets with the promo code WINNING, get a $250 first deposit match bonus, a $10 free bet, and free Formulator already uploaded to your account. Access Formulator's premium features, including sortable trainer stats, race replays, personalized trip notes, and lots more. Free Formulator, exclusively on DRF Bets.
Hi, everyone. The feature race on Saturday at Santa Anita is a mere $100,000 stakes race for 3-year-olds at a mile on turf. It's not the most significant race that will be run this winter at Santa Anita. It might not even be the most significant race on the Saturday card. There's plenty to talk about on the Saturday card, but we're going to focus mainly on the Singletary Stakes. The Singletary Stakes, named after a very good horse from 2004. His name was, guess what? Singletary. He won the 2004 Breeders' Cup Mile. Let's go back in time to 2004 at Lone Star and take a look at Singletary wearing the Little Red Feather Silks, coming out 3 wide under David Flores. He was 16-1 this day, Singletary was. He was not supposed to win this race. He was coming off a 3rd place finish in a Grade 2 at Santa Anita. But not only did he win, he won kind of decisively. He kicked clear in mid-stretch. Singletary did. He held off the late charge of Antonius Pius. And this was the coming out party for Little Red Feather and Singletary. And David Flores was pumped aboard Singletary. So was his trainer, Don Chatlos. Terrific training job by Chatlos. Nice ride by David Flores. And a heck of a horse for Little Red Feather, who is some 20 years later, still in action out here in California. In fact, in action all across the country. Little Red Feather, one of the top ownership groups in the country, and have provided a terrific introduction to ownership for many, many owners. Okay, that's the horse that the Singletary Stakes on Saturday is named after. I mentioned that the stakes race might not be the most significant. Well, it's the richest race. Let's leave it at that. But there are other races to at least monitor on Saturday, and one of them is in race number 8, the debut of Karen with an I. She is a 3-year-old filly making her career debut. She's a daughter of Curlin, produced by none other than Beholder. This is Beholder's 2nd foal to start. Her first filly. Her name is Karen with an I. She runs in race number 8. I talked to her trainer, Dick Mandela, on Thursday morning, asking what his expectations were first time out, because watching her workout from the gate two works back, it looks like she's quick enough to establish position from the inside. I'm talking about Karen with an I. And Mandela recognizes that, but he also wants jockey Juan Hernandez to not rush Karen with an I off her feet first time out. He wants her to break well, get comfortable, and finish. He believes that Karen with an I is going to be better when she stretches out to 2 turns, which is not to say she cannot win race 8 on Saturday. But down the road around 2 turns, sired by Curlin, produced by Beholder, Karen with an I making her career debut. I picked against her. I picked a filly by the name of Lady T, who finished 2nd in her recent comeback. She's a stakes-placed maiden, Lady T, in race number 8. Okay, the Singletary Stakes, only 5 are in the field. Trainer Phil D'Amato has 2 of them. And I want to mention a horse that D'Amato starts 2 races after the Singletary. It's in race number 5, and that horse's name is Gold Phoenix. He won his only start in Europe last year. He sprinted twice in the U.S. And last time out, he was given too much to do. It was a turf sprint. He finished well. D'Amato said on Thursday that this horse wants to go long. That's why they bought him overseas, to run long in California. With 2 sprints under his belt, Gold Phoenix in race number 5, I think, is one of the more likely winners on the card. I'm not sure what price he's going to be. Okay, that's a little bit of one final thing I forgot to mention. Doug O'Neill has 1 entrant in the Singletary Stakes, a comebacker by the name of Durante. But O'Neill has runners in all 9 races on Saturday. It's the first time that he can recall where he's had a starter in every single race. At least 5 of them are going to vie for favoritism. I don't think that Durante necessarily has to win first star back. In fact, I think he's in a little bit tough. but it's just kind of worth following on Saturday. Doug O'Neill with entrants in all 9 races. Every one of his entrants is a contender, and I think at least 5 of them are going to vie for favoritism. Okay, that's the backdrop for Saturday. Let's talk about the stakes race. 3-year-olds at a mile on grass. Let's take a look at the entries for the $100,000 Singletary Stakes. It's race number 3, so even the racing office recognizes this is really not that great of a race for bettors, for publicity, for anything. It's just a good group of 3-year-old grass horses running a mile. And I think there's a potential standout, not to take anything away from Balnikov, a European import trained by Phil D'Amato. But this race, I think, is all about Sumter. Sumter is making his second start of the meet, his second start as a 3-year-old. He was a very promising 2-year-old last fall. He broke his maiden in career start number 4, rallying from just off the pace in a turf sprint at Del Mar. And then he had a little minor setback and was unable to start for 3 months until the Pasadena Stakes in middle of February at Santa Anita. And let's just take a look at the stretch run of the Pasadena Stakes. February 19th, so about a month and a half ago, Sumter made the lead. And yeah, he got an easy trip. He was cruising on the front end. That's Handy Dandy with the other circle, who had trouble on the far turn. But Sumter kicked away. He finished up in 23-1. He is a front runner who also can finish. And speaking of finish, that's a pretty good finish by Handy Dandy on the outside. Now, you could argue that Handy Dandy had enough trouble to possibly cost him the win. I don't agree with that, but I wouldn't argue with it either. I thought that was a terrific win by Sumter, who was able to dictate the tempo and provide a finishing kick. And I think that 3/4 length margin, on paper, it looks like he's slowing down. I don't think he was. I think that was his first start in 3 months. And his jockey that day was Flavian Pratt. I think Pratt was just going to save him for the next start. Why beat him up? He was going to win the race anyway, and that's exactly what Sumter did. Pratt is out of town. In fact, I think he's gone from the circuit now, and Mike Smith takes over on Sumter. Sumter's main pace rival in the Singletary is the comebacker Durante, and if those two go head and head, number 3 Durante and number 5 Sumter, yeah, you could say that, well, the race is going to unfold for a come from behinder, but Sumter does not strike me as the type of horse who needs the lead. In fact, when he broke his maiden 2 starts back going 5 furlongs, he rallied from behind. So if Durante wants the lead, I think that Smith is going to allow him just to take it, and he'll sit second on Sumter. So Sumter is either going to be positioned first or second. I do not anticipate a head-and-head duel. And if Sumter moves forward, second start as a 3-year-old, which he is likely to do, I think he's going to be very, very tough to beat in the Singletary Stakes. His main rival is a horse that we've never seen before, at least in the afternoons, and that's number 4, Balnikov. Balnikov won 3 of his last 4 starts in France. He arrived at Santa Anita not until late February, and here we are. It's only early March, but Balnikov came around quickly for D'Amato. He transitioned right into the D'Amato training pattern. He has worked well. D'Amato said each workout has been better than the workout before. We know that he likes to win, having won 3 of his last 4 starts, including his most recent start in late December in France. That was going a mile and 1/8. So he's fit, Balnikov is. And if Sumter backs up, maybe Balnikov just blasts past him in the lane. We'll find out. I still think that Sumter has a tactical advantage, a license to improve, second start as a 3-year-old. And I think Sumter is one of the more likely winners on the card if he can hold off the late charge of Balnikov. D'Amato starts another horse in the race, number 1, Almenara, who had a brutal trip in his U.S. debut. He finished 6th of 7 in one other than sprint. I'm not sure if he's quite the same caliber as Balnikov and Sumter. In fact, at this point, he's not. But he did have a bad trip, Almenara did last time out, and I just bring it up because he was on my horses to watch list, and I was kind of looking forward to maybe betting him back, but I did not anticipate he would show up in a tough stakes race like the Singletary against the likes of Sumter and Balnikov. So it's all about Sumter up on the front end, either on the lead or sitting second. And to win this race, he'll have to hold off Balnikov. But let's also watch out for Gold Phoenix in race number 5 and the debut of Karen with an I. She doesn't have to win first time out, but she might be a very good filly. Daughter of Curlin, produced by Beholder. The Singletary Stakes is race number 3 on Saturday, and I like the favorite, Sumter.